to all you, to all you guys out there that, you know, these are my friends. More importantly than anything else, and I love them, so keep following them.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I love you guys here. Are you kidding me? I do this for two reasons. One, I love cigars, and two, I love to share cigars. And to share cigars, I got to get the information out to people, and to get that information out, it's a lot easier and more immediate through bloggers. Yes, you can go through the written media in magazines and things of that nature, but you guys are everywhere. You're the lifeblood of the industry. You guys facilitate growth more rapidly than anybody, and you get the cigars that are hot out there, and you get people knowing about them. It's immediate. You guys are out there. Keep doing what you're doing. We love what you do.
You know I'm a fan of you guys. Media is media, and media is important. What is important, though, is fair, right? Yeah. We have to spend money to be here. Traditional media spends money to be here. Yeah. And, you know, with all due respect to bloggers, we all know there are good bloggers and bad bloggers. Just because you have a blog doesn't make you a successful, valuable media outlet. And if you want to be taken seriously, you have to take yourself seriously. And that means that you have to step up and spend some money and be part of the organization and support it. So having you guys here, I think, is a huge value to the industry, because you're creating yourselves as credible media to be here and support the industry. I couldn't be more thrilled to have you here. But no samples.
You guys do such a good job of covering the industry. You know, I can think of 5 or 6 off the top of my head that I think do a great job. Stogie Review is definitely one of them. You know, and what I really like about your style is it's very similar to the way I think about cigars. Is almost everything that's going to be in a good shop's humidor is good cigars, from Macanudo to our stuff. And really, it's good tobacco. It's well aged. It's fermented properly. It's well constructed, and it just may not be your flavor profile. This year we brought our some beer from Austin, the Jester King beer, and I think it's a good analogy that if you're a Bud Light drinker, or even a Shiner drinker, you know, or whatever, you're not gonna like Black Metal Stout. You know, Dogfish 90-minute IPA may taste like, you know, shit to you, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad beer. In fact, people who know will know that you know that's a magnificent beer. Just because it's not in part of your preference in terms of taste doesn't mean it's a bad you know thing. So I like how you guys review the cigar from an objective perspective, give your perception of the taste, but kind of let the people decide for themselves whether it's, you know, it's a good cigar or not. Now, if it's total dog shit, it's total dog shit. So
it's true. Sometimes it is. Sometimes.
Sometimes it is. Yeah, for sure.
I love bloggers. I'm friends with all of them. I don't, you know, they're good for the industry. They got every right to be here. I mean, they're part of our industry. You know, I have a great relationship with all the bloggers, and I appreciate, you know, all the coverage they always do with my product and stuff. So they're friends. I mean, I got a lot of friends that are bloggers. So
yeah,
like you guys.
And we appreciate that, and we consider you a friend of ours.
And I'm glad you guys are here. I mean, sincerely say that, you know.
We are too.
So Eddie, who's your favorite blogger?
Jerry. Jerry, Walt, and Brian. Don't listen to the other interviews. I mean, I might.
Yeah, don't listen to any of the other ones.
I've had a relationship with the bloggers and the forums and the magazine for many, many years. And I can tell you, the majority of bloggers do a great job. They do not only do a great job for the industry, but they do a great job for the retail shops. Because you guys direct traffic to brick and mortar stores, and you cover the majority of the companies.
Love you guys, love you guys, love you guys.
All right.
You're welcome here anytime. You know that.
Yeah.
You know how we do. So yeah. Thank you guys.
Thanks a lot.
I like it. I think that you guys have the you know, first step on the news, getting it out there. And this year, I can honestly say that I've not had any run-ins while I'm trying to do business with bloggers shoving microphones in my face or anything like that. Don't even know you guys are here. You know, you're just like church mice running around, which is great. But again, you guys are feeding all of this information out to the public and getting them informed. So it's a win-win situation.
How about bloggers?
Love it. Why not? If they want to come around and interview and give our story out to everyone on the internet, I think it's a great thing. if we can't portray it always through magazines or through anything else, it's great that people are watching or listening or reading, and I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My generation is very high tech. So I go on and I read about cigars all the time. I watch videos. I think I've watched many blogs before, or read many blogs before. So I think it's a great thing. It's a good way to get my generation into cigars.
Mixed reviews for me. Okay. I think the guys that are into it, who it's more than just a hobby, a real source of information. They need to be here. We have very few mediums that we can actually tell our story. And so when you have people who are passionate, who give real reviews, they deserve to be here. There's a place for bloggers here. And I think what we've come to find out is that the guys who are the professionals, the guys who are solid, they understand as a manufacturer, we're here to sell. We're here to show our products. We're here to see our accounts that we only get to see sometimes once a year. And they're very respectful of that time. They'll say, hey, let me sit for a little bit. I know you're busy. And then we jump in a corner and we get our stuff done. And I think that in my heart, I truly believe there's a place for those guys here. The guys who said, hey, listen, I'm going to start a website, and if you can send me a box of free cigars, I'm going to write something nice about you, those guys shouldn't be here. That's not a blogger. That's a guy with an opinion. You know, and I'm not into that. I don't dig that. We don't do that. Okay, the truth is everyone has an opinion. Theirs means no more than anybody else's. But the guys who are really digging it, reviewing everything straight out, Jerry, personally, as you know, you called me out. Yeah, I called you back.
That's right.
Okay, because what happens is if there wasn't a level of respect there, I really wouldn't care. If I didn't think that you had the cred that, you know, look, you have street cred, man. I mean, people are following you. They're seeing what's going on. And it was really important that, you know, hey, there's a relationship here. I know what you do. I walked into a cigar store and you're sitting in the corner, right? Okay. So I know that you live it. And the truth is our entire company is about live true. Our campaign is about live true, you know, and the truth is you live it. There's a lot of bloggers that are out there that are here, you know, that not as many as before, but they live it. That means something to me. So you're telling the story, man. Good or bad. I've never said review my stuff, you know, and I hope it's, hey man, just review my stuff. Tell it the way it is. People want to know. And if you're going to be the expert, you got to be real. End of story.
I'm all for it. I am. I think that the industry needs what you guys do to give us coverage, because, you know, the general populace, the general media is not going to be apt to come in and cover a cigar convention. So how do we get the news out there with guys like Stogie Review and the rest? And I think it's necessary, and I think it's important. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't check, you know, Stogie Review every day or the other sites every day, and that's how I keep on top of what everybody's doing out there. So I enjoy it. I'm a fan. I know Mike is, and you know, God bless. I hope you guys keep doing it, and I hope they let you keep doing it, because we need you guys.
I'm sure there's a good group of you, and I'm sure there's probably a few people that don't deserve to be here. And that's honestly speaking. I mean, maybe there's a couple guys that are in here that just shouldn't be here because they haven't added any benefit to the industry by doing what they do. Like you guys have been doing this for a long time, and everything you've done has given some benefit to get the word out about new cigars and smaller companies like myself. So yeah, I don't mind it, just as long as that group is a real group and they're here to really, I like this. They're really here to cover the event and not mooch cigars.
Perfect.
I love it.
You love it?
I love it, yeah.
Okay, great,
Yeah,
great.
I love it. You know what? It took me until like last year to understand social media and everything, and what the presence of the bloggers mean to all of us. And but finally, I understood how it works, and you know, I'm having a blast. It's great to have you guys.
It's great, thanks.
Yeah, you the guys that bring all the information to everybody. So thank you.
It's interesting. All the guys that I've met up with. I mean, I know you now for many years. You know, I think that you guys serve a purpose in this whole big scheme. You guys are the go-between, I think, from a lot of consumers to the manufacturers. So I think not only does it serve a purpose, but I think it's fun. I mean, you're out here, look, you got a camera, you're reporting on the stuff. I know the consumers want to see it, and you guys kind of are the engine that fuels, you know, that. So, I mean, I think it's great. As long as, look, my thing is, as long as the information that's posted and reported on is correct, and you're not taking a picture of honey hand grenades and calling it 5th anniversary. So as long as like that's true and correct, I mean, I think, you know, why not? I mean, let's do this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
We're all one industry.
Right.
People still read the magazines. I get the magazines at home,
Mm-hmm.
and they still have their place. They still have their subscribers. But here's the thing, we're in a very fast-paced mobile society, okay? The bloggers, the new media people provide a service that our retail consumers use a lot. They still sit down on the weekend and smoke a cigar and have a glass of rum and read the magazine.
Mhm.
But you know what they do when they come in here during the week on their lunch hour?
Yep.
It's this.
Yep. Got their phone, all
Do
things.
you have this one? I just saw this while I was on lunch. I was reading this review on this blog. Look, all we're doing by having the bloggers at the trade show is allowing them to give the information in an efficient, effective way directly to the consumer, who then comes back and spends money with the retailers on those very product. Isn't that what we're in business to do?
Exactly.
Is to sell cigars.
Yeah.
And I view the new media community as a tremendous asset, not a replacement of anything whatsoever, but as a tremendous additional thing that can help the retail community.
Get more people excited, bring more people into the door.
Absolutely. Now, do you want to have some standards for it? Obviously.
Sure.
I fully understand the discussion and the debate about, you know, should somebody be able to put their blog up the day before the show.
Or after the show.
Or whatever. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But certainly, after these past couple years of just, you know, gnashing our teeth over this, we could have resolved this much more quickly. Yes, the bloggers belong at the show, and I've heard the complaints about, you know, well, they shouldn't be allowed to ask for cigars.
That's in the bylaws. We're not.
Well, that's fine. Don't let them ask for a cigar. But I can tell you this, next year when I have a booth, every goddamn blogger that walks past is getting every goddamn cigar I make. You know why?
Because it only helps you.
Because it only helps me.
Right.
And if you're a manufacturer that doesn't understand how much the bloggers can help you, then go ahead and stay stagnant where you are. It's okay with me.
I think it's great for bloggers to be here. I'm really supportive of independent media. And in fact, I'm also a supporter of citizen news. And I think that's where news is going to have to go. And that the people have got to speak and not be, you know, pushed out. So I'm really glad they're here. As long as they're legitimate bloggers, they're part of the legitimate press as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's healthy. Any way to get out the awareness of cigar culture is fantastic. I think new bloggers are met with a bit of trepidation, especially with the seasoned guys, maybe such as yourself or Jay Cruz, any of the other guys out there that do it. So there's probably a little bit of hazing time that these guys have to go through. And some of them will stick with it. A lot of them won't. A lot of them it's just a way to advance their hobby and maybe get some free product where they wouldn't otherwise, or get to meet personalities like the Padrones or the Fuentes, which is,
or like you, or
can't
me.
blame them.
Yeah.
No, not me. I'm just, I think it's a mixed bag, but I think the true essence of the blogger and getting information out, particularly the bloggers that get the correct information, the bloggers that report correctly, aren't too quick to release information that might otherwise be not correct. I think that's the most important thing, which would kind of lead back to a sense of journalistic integrity. I know journalists don't like to associate with bloggers and vice versa, but
there's some similarities.
One thing they have in common, and they should have in common, is correct information, and whatever they release, even if it's a day or two later, if somebody else breaks the story, that the information is correct, because it's very important, and it saves time of corrections, people telling stories over and over again.
So that would probably be the biggest nuisance with regards to bloggers in general, you'd say.
Information, yeah.
And having to deal with that.
Right, having to deal with the ramifications, yeah.
All right, well,
I love the bloggers being here. Congratulations. I hear you guys have your own badge now, so that's great. I know it took 80 years for the press to get badges. It's about time.
Anybody who doesn't understand the role of the bloggers that have in the industry, updating day to day on what's happening, sorry to say, you're missing the boat. Especially if you don't follow Stogie Review. Walt, Brian, and Jerry Cruz, Mr. Lobsterman himself.